Hello and welcome back. A very good morning to all of you in Mumbai, different cities in India, and of course those who are overseas will be watching this video at some point in time or the other. Now, what are the different kinds of value adds that one can bring to the table in an organization? Uh, there's a lot of question revolving around this. We've had 2 months of uh, home time, if I call that. I don't want to use the word that we are familiar with because it's a very negative word. So I'll say home time or me time. And these 2 months has made the landscape absolutely different. So can you go back to where you were working with the same skill set? I don't think so. What else do you need? There are some things on value additions which I've put together, and I can have that departmental wise, which I can share with you right now. Uh, I hope you appreciate that because at the end of the day, this is something that we all will be doing at some point of time or the other. So let's take a look as what that could be. In operations, operationally, I would like to see people getting into transition, migrations, and mobility. Uh, you know, the service levels versus answered levels versus delivery versus achievement versus rewards and penalty versus the P&L. Now that's one big lineup. If you can do this, I think you're on. Then I also see something like the sales advantage, the 80-20 Pareto principle advantage. I also see improvement in average handling time. I also see fatal percentage or the fatal errors that one would encounter in a voice-based contact center to come down below 2%. Then I'd also like to see the ideal percentage uh, below 8 or 9%. So the ideal percentage below 8 or 9% is good value addition to the account. Your telephone service factor has to be 95% plus, and your abandon rate has to be less than 2%. Now, when I talk about all these things, they are operational metrics. This is where you can add value. Not that they are targets any which ways, but how will you add value to it? It's as good as second nature, and people who are not aware of this may find it very difficult to you know uh, adjust. When it comes to quality, you can look at process improvements and process efficiency. We also call that process efficacy. Now, you can also involve process reengineering, BPMS, call compliance, call monitoring procedures. You can have call calibration where your difference is plus or minus less than 10%. Then you have call audits, you have mystery shopping, you have accurate info, you have relevant info that you can track of what advisors, executives are doing on calls. So these are some areas on the quality front where you can value add. If you're talking of the call flow process, the call flow process is something that you can value add as well. So what is it? Let me take a look at it. Let's go through it together. So the call flow process is about the call opening. Then you identify the problem. Okay, this is a normal call flow process that you would encounter. So first is the call opening. Then you identify the problem. Then you apologize for the inconvenience caused. Right? You empathize, you apologize for the inconvenience caused. Reassure the customer that the issue will be resolved on this call itself. Then you go ahead and resolve the issue. After that, you restate the problem. Let the customer know that this is what he called for and this is what you've done for him. You do a health check question at the end of that particular call. So and so, you called for this. Sir, have I been able to answer, resolve all your queries? That's a health check question. And then you have the call closure with your right salutation and things like that. So if you maintain this call flow process, what happens is you're adding value to your quality of calls. Okay, you can also get into training. There is so much of soft skills training that you can do. There's so much of behavioral training that you can do. Who said you only have to be a trainer to do training? You can also be a operation guy. You can also be somebody from HR. You can also be somebody from finance. As long as you're adding value to the process, that's what you want. There are so many dialers. It all started with NICE or NICE as we call it, which earlier was called Blue Pumpkin. So you say Blue Pumpkin, then you say NICE, then you say Verint. NICE became Verint. Then you had Devox, then you had Divine, then came Altitude, then you have Nautel Symposium that came in, then you had Avaya. Okay, then Avaya was very, very popular at that point in time, Avaya CMS. Then you had a dialer called Drishti. Then you had Genesis. Genesis was fantastic. Working on Genesis was an absolute game changer. Then you had so many open source dialers that you see on the internet. Okay, then you have Siebel. Siebel is one of the better dialers as well, but it's on par with Genesis. And of course, you have Heartbeat, which is another internally manufactured dialer. So with all these dialers and your dialer knowledge, you can add value to this particular department as well. It's how you want to perceive it. And at the end of the day, as long as you add value and ensure that, is there a better way to do this? Nothing is going to improve. When you look at the quality process, you can look at first call resolution, CSAT, DSAT, NPS. You can look at repeat call analysis, ABC analysis for your employee categorization. Then you can have a minimum skill set verification test to test the knowledge of your employees all the time. You have a QMS system, which I have told you in an earlier video. I spoke about ISO, COPC, Deming's PDCA, 8-dimension, Kaizen, 5 Whys, 5S. I've also spoken about 7 tools of QC, DMAC, Lean Six Sigma, and design thinking. Along with this, you can also add value to the P&L. The P&L is the ultimate aim, vision that you have. You're here to make money, right? So if you're here to make money, you have to ensure how you're looking at the P&L. People look at the P&L on a monthly basis. Great. Why not look at it on a daily basis? P&L on a daily basis is something that you need to be doing as of yesterday. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like, subscribe and press the bell icon for all future notifications of such videos that I will bring you, which is off track, which will help you enrich your knowledge, update you and build some skill. Now you see, you can add value in so many areas of your workplace. You go ahead, stay safe, stay indoors, build some more skills, get blessed by the Almighty, and what else? Have fun, enjoy life. You take care. Bye-bye.